Okay, Libra, on an impulse, I decided to break away from the kinds of spreads I've been doing for the rest of the signs. And I'm going to be doing a 5 card reading that is identical to one that I did for a client today. And for the client, I did a love spread because this was supposed to be a love spread, but I'm just going to apply it in general for the month of August for you. And if you want to, hear what I'm saying and just apply it to a relationship, that's perfectly fine. I just want to kind of keep it open ended in case it's something else that's going on. But I just felt drawn to do that. So I'm going to go with it. So the first card is supposed to represent where you are emotionally in August, and it shows the Queen of Swords. And this is a very strong female presence because it's you, it represents that energy. And, obviously it's a queen, and, some Librans that are listening to this will be men. And for you, male Librans, this is just kind of like a more intuitive energy, but the swords suit actually corresponds with air signs. So right now, you might be very detached emotionally. And this is something that is typical for Librans anyway. And sometimes it causes problems in your relationships because you love to just yak on and on about love, but you don't always necessarily want those messy emotions that go along with it. So if it's relating to, let's say you're thinking, oh, when am I going to meet someone? Well, right now you're very detached in your outlook. And the second card says the universal spiritual reason for your current situation, the lesson you need to learn. And it was the judgment card. And so that means that this is a time of transition for you. So it's possible that you've been doing things a certain way. If this is whether this relates to a love relationship or just in your general life, that August may actually be a very important month for you. And you're going to see things shifting, but it's like it's kind of happening as it should. So the it's almost like, I don't want to say it's beyond your control, but it's something that is kind of happening to you from above. And if you have been kind of lonely and wanting a relationship, then this card shows that maybe it's a matter of time because now you're going to be stepping into a new reality, and then you'll be able to have what you want. But what is so funny is the card that I drew that said what you can do about it, action to take or attitude to develop, was the Seven of Cups. And this is a very nebulous card to begin with. But I did see one possible interpretation that says basically that you need to make a choice. And I have known Librans in my life. And if I have to say something about Librans, is make a freaking choice, because you guys tend to get tortured when you have to decide between things. Because, this goes back to me saying that you're natural lawyers and stuff, because you're judges. You can see both sides of an issue. So it's hard for you to choose things, and it can get a little bit irritating for other people. But if this is a love relationship, you'll have to make a choice. Maybe you have been kind of holding back and not really giving your all to one relationship, and that's your detachment. But you'll have to make a choice if you really want to have success in the relationship. And the fourth card is the advice card, and it's the Two of Cups. And it's a very harmonious, emotional card. Again, with the twos, it's a choice. Sevens means, kind of being at a crossroads and having to decide, but it's also can indicate a little bit of confusion. And the Two of Cups indicates reconciliation. So even if you're, let's say, involved in a divorce proceeding, because I should tell you that the Queen of Swords can represent a judge. So some of you might be involved in a divorce proceeding. If that's the case, make friends with your ex. Um, However best that you can. Do not, forgive the person. It doesn't mean you have to be with the person, but don't, have this adversary. Because it's very interesting because I know that Librans are very, good at getting along with other people. So that doesn't seem to be advice I need to give you. But, we're all human, and sometimes in the heat of a battle, if there is one, there can be ugly words, ugly scenes. So this advice is suggesting that whoever you're dealing with, that you know, make peace with them, try to get along with them. It also can mean that this that you should accept love into your life, because this could be, some sort of relationship. It's right underneath the Queen of Swords, so it might be, that you are so detached and you don't want to be involved, you're afraid to be involved, but you need to be with this person, if this person is a good person, that you have to kind of overcome your fears, and you can do that. And it was very interesting as well. The outcome, if you take the lesson on board, was the devil card. And, it's like, oh my God, what kind of outcome could possibly be positive with the devil card? It could mean that if you take the advice, that you will break the attachment of, maybe a toxic relationship or some sort of negative mindset that you have found yourself in. By forgiving, by trying to get along with other people, that is the best, and by making choices that you should make. And by the way, I should say that with that Seven of Cups, it means making sure when you make a choice that you are not being diluted, either by what you wish would be the case or by the other person. If the other person is kind of questionable, that you always make sure, if this has something to do with, it doesn't really matter what the decision is, that you make sure that you have all your facts straight before you sign on the dotted line, or accept a certain make a certain decision. I don't know. I mean, that's a very interesting reading. I wanted to take a new approach, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I will talk to you again for September's reading, Libra. Bye.